Hey everybody, welcome back to the Bourbon Note. I'm Greg.
I'm Ben.
And today, we're drinking bourbon. All right, so Ben, let's talk about Knob Creek.
I'm excited about this. I think I'm excited about all these. I think I say that a lot in our videos.
I am enthusiastic.
Yeah, anytime there's bourbon,
Yeah,
we're usually drinking stuff that we like, if it's
for the
stuff
most
we've
part,
had,
yeah.
so.
Except for that miserable experience with the corn whiskey.
Oh, come on now.
It wasn't that bad. It was actually pretty awesome.
All right, so we've got two Knob Creek products. We've got kind of the standard flagship, 9-year, age statement, 100 proof. And then we have the quarter cask. I don't know what is this age stated? I don't think it is, but it's 100 proof, so we're in the same proof point.
Yep. So here's what they do. They take this stuff straight off the distillery. They put some of it, they don't say how much, but they put a portion of the...
Just the distillate, not the aged
The
bourbon.
distillate, right.
Okay.
In these small casks, they're 13 gallons as opposed to the 53-gallon big ones. For 4-year minimum. And that is what the start of this. Then after 4 years or sometime, they mix that in back with this again at the end of the...
So they blend the quarter cask aged stuff with the regular
with
stuff.
With probably the 9-year aged or so.
Okay.
And that creates this.
Okay.
It's similar, but it's not the same.
Okay. So the quarter cask benefit being that it's exposed to more...
You have a smaller
wood surface.
area. I think
it makes sense. If you're going to make smaller casks, there's going to be more bourbon that's actually touching and interacting with the wood. And then...
I think the temperature affects the barrel. So there's
yeah,
more breathing.
So smaller, so temperature maybe get into the whiskey a little bit more. And
yeah.
Okay. Well, this is going to be interesting. Okay, so we're going to just compare the regular one to this one. So we're going to start with the regular.
Okay. That's this one. And the one on the right is the normal 9-year.
We'll pour both of these. Yeah, we'll do the regular one on the right, the quarter cask on the left here.
Nope.
See that little piece of wax stuck on there? Came in handy.
We appreciate the wax that
the
Knob Creek Distillery uses. It's a constant source of conversation.
Yeah, outstanding quality. I am a big fan of Knob Creek products to begin with.
For the longest time, a couple years ago, when I first was getting into bourbons as opposed to peated scotches and things like that, I didn't get Knob Creek. Now, what I didn't really understand was it was a higher proof than what else I was drinking.
Yeah. 100 proof isn't really an entry level for a new whiskey drinker.
And it's a little bit older. It's aged as opposed to some of your kind of entry level bourbons.
Yeah.
So it took me some time to really appreciate what Knob Creek is.
It had a little more kick than you were used to with some of the other stuff you're drinking.
Yep. So it's a little bit more of a sledgehammer, when you're not expecting a sledgehammer.
Yeah.
So,
and of course it's not now, but when you're brand new to it, it can be.
But then about a year ago, you picked up a bottle. It's gone now, but it was older. It was like 14 years, and boy, was it
outstanding. Yeah.
And so then I've kind of revisited Knob Creek, and I've found that I'm much happier with their products now.
Yeah.
So, all right.
Let's get into the 9-year. I always get awesome vanilla and oak on Knob Creek.
That's what I'm getting. What I'm looking for, and I don't get right now, is like the dried peanut shell, which they're known for, and I really notice, especially on the tongue. But even on the nose, I normally get, and I haven't got it yet.
If you've seen any of our reviews that involve Knob Creek in any way, shape, or form, you'll hear me say that, vanilla and oak. Because that's really the prominent notes that I get off of all their stuff.
Yep.
Some of them, like the older age ones, higher proof stuff, it's definitely amplified. And there's other stuff going on there, but that's what really kind of is synonymous with Knob Creek for me. And I really happen to like those two flavors.
Yeah, I notice it, but I also get just like peanuts, and I'm now starting to pick it up.
Yeah, the dry peanut shell.
Yeah.
Yep, for sure. That's in there. A bit of vanilla custard. The peanut shell is definitely getting more prominent.
That's what I was thinking. So I have a theory, and so I've ordered some lids for my Glencairns. I want to try pouring and then leaving it covered for, let's say, half hour, and then try it, see what that does to it. It may be nothing, it may be a lot.
Yeah. Yeah, that's like a nice mixture of that dry peanut shell is kind of a little bit of a sharper edge, with kind of like the sweetness of the vanilla.
Yeah.
And then
it cuts the sweetness, so you don't just go overblown with the...
Yeah, exactly. It's not just a completely, ball of sweetness and candy. It's got a couple of different avenues it goes down. All right, so that, I'm going to drink of water here.
It's awesome. It's got a nice long finish. It sticks around a while. It's really... And it's hard for me to describe anything other than like a peanut flavor, because that's what it seems to stay.
Well, Beam is kind of known for that.
They are.
Knob Creek is a Jim Beam product.
Sometimes I notice it more than others, but today, definitely.
These two are pretty similar on the nose. Maybe a little more bold on the quarter oak. It's got a little more punch to it.
There's almost a note in it. I may be really reading into it to see the cherry kind of the
from the oak.
Yeah.
Let's go in for the palate here and see what we find.
A lot of vanilla initially.
I feel like it's really similar. Maybe just turned up a little bit, slightly. I feel like it's got a little more of an edge to it.
A little bit more peppery.
Yeah.
I still feel like there's a cherry note at the end. Like there's just a different sweetness to the wood note.
I mean, not
a
ridiculously bold, difference between the two, but a little bit for sure.
Try the original again.
I feel like I'm getting a little more pepper on this one.
Yeah.
I feel like that peanut shell note is a little more prominent on this one. All right, now I'm going to go no water between and just taste these against each other and see what happens.
So I get definitely like peanut forward on the regular, and sweetness and like a cherry note, vanilla and cherry from the quarter. They're both awesome, by the way. Like these are just absolutely, if this were my full-time job, I would enjoy myself.
Yeah, they're both really good. I don't know that I'm getting enough of a difference that...
It'd be hard to pick it out of a lineup. I will admit.
Yeah, like if you handed me two glasses, or if you blindfolded me, two glasses, drink from one, drink from the other.
Riding from a
then
mule.
Mix them up and tell me which
in a
one
thunderstorm.
Yeah. Make it more difficult. But no, I mean, if I tried both of these and then you blindfolded me and then gave me one and said, which one are you drinking? I don't know if I could...
Yeah, I agree. They're close.
Find that much of a difference. I mean, like I said, this one's got maybe a little more pepper to it, a little more kick to it. But that's interesting because you're finding a little more sweetness on this one. And I think I'm getting that a little more on the regular.
I think I get sweetness, vanilla, cherry, and then like an alcohol type kick.
Yeah.
Where this one, the alcohol is less, well, they're the same alcohol, but less noticeable alcohol, but more of the peanut note.
Yeah, I think this one drinks like it's maybe a little bit higher proof.
Mm-hmm.
Like I said, it's got that extra little kick to it. It's a little different, but it's subtle. So it begs the question, how much does this one cost?
Maybe $55.
Okay. So it's about $20 more.
Right.
And that's saying $35 for this, which you can find this for $25 if you look for it at like a Sam's Club or Costco or something like that. But a lot of places are usually actually around $30. So
It's hard to see a difference,
is it a $25 difference?
but it looks cool on the shelf.
It does look cool on the shelf, yeah, for
Like
sure.
you own this, I own this, but you don't own that.
Yeah.
So you're jealous.
Yeah, that's what it, and the thing is, it's got this little
Medallion thing.
yeah.
It's
So I mean,
yeah.
right there,
That's
that's
$18
at least
right there.
$18, yeah, for sure. No, it's a really good bourbon. It's just I don't know if I would justify the comparison, the price comparison to the taste comparison.
Yeah, I agree.
You
Like,
know?
it'd be cool if they did something else, like either 110 proof on this or 13 years or, something to really pull out a little bit of unique quality to it.
Yeah. That being said, that doesn't mean I wouldn't buy it because we collect bourbon. So if
Yeah.
they had a 9-year age-stated Knob Creek and then they had a 9-year and 1-day age-stated, we're both going out and buying that bottle because
Of
it's
course.
different. We want it on our shelf.
Yeah,
So
I agree.
yeah. But if you're in the store and you're just looking for, hey, I want a good Knob Creek product, price point, if you don't collect bourbon or whatever, you're
Start here.
yeah, you're safe going with this one and you're not missing a major difference, at least in my opinion. I just can't really...
I would say start here. Then your next step would be the 12-year, which is... Do you
I don't
a
have the 12-year.
Yeah, okay.
I've got that 14-year store pick, but
So I have a 12-year that's 120 proof. Is that... Or 100 proof?
there's a 12-year that's 100, and then they have a 12-year cask strength, which is
Right.
like 120.5 or
Right.
0.2 or something like that. So yeah, it's like I said, it's just maybe a little bit more bold in flavor, but yeah, I don't know if I could pick them out of a lineup.
I agree. Yep.
But either way, they're both delicious. So any Knob Creek product, I'm a fan of so far. I haven't had
Its weakness is it tastes like this.
Yeah, and this is really good. So, all right. Well, this has been a couple of Knob Creek products on the Bourbon Note. I'm Ben.
I'm Greg. Thanks for watching. Cheers.